Hello there, everyone. I hope this video finds you well. I'm just checking in. It's been a few weeks since you've seen a live video of me or a recent video of me. So I am catching up on grading. Been out of town. I'm working this weekend, but it's okay. I'm gonna make time to get caught up for this class. So one of the things I want to reflect on, I'm gonna go back a couple of weeks and talk about the video regarding resilience. So what I was struck by is something that is, um, I would probably say it's disheartening for me. And I hate to be pessimistic and I hate to be, to be a little bit cautious and pensive. One of the things that I noticed, and I think you probably got a sense of in my videos as I produced them, was this sense of optimism that, this idea that we could become trauma informed across systems. So one of the discussion posts was, resilience in individuals, just support systems, maybe even in a micro and from a micro to macro level of support. And, I didn't catch, I don't think any of you saying that we could influence things politically. And I think that's discouraging because there was a time not too long ago when this information started emerging where they thought about, there's some money infused into, school systems at the state level where, there's this push that we could help others by becoming trauma informed and by instilling resilience by knowing this information that you're learning in this class. And I didn't pick up any of that in the discussion. And I'm not faulting you at all. I'm not faulting you because I think it's a grim reality of where we are in just the past really quick few years. In 2020, I participated in a resilience event at Northwestern on the Alva campus, where the governor's wife, Governor Stitt's wife, was promoting this ideology that we understand resilience in a lot of these little meetings across universities and communities across the state. And once COVID hit, it's it's I don't know, our priorities have changed, but also politically it seems like we've changed quite a bit. So I've been a part of the field in mental health in Oklahoma for a long time, which is like, wow, well, I'm not saying I'm currently treating people, at least not at, uh, receiving states, funding to do those services. And we're still hanging on, I think, as far as, mental health goes. And I think educationally, there is a promotion to understand people, through a trauma-informed lens. But I don't really see any of the push toward, bigger policy, bigger understanding. And I think that has a lot to do with the climate of incredibly and incredulously um, looking for fraud or waste. I mean, I've heard this for 20 years in the field. And, I think 10 years ago, I wrote a letter to the editor about squeezing blood from a turnip, about all the public systems. If you want to see a public, and so I'm also going to, have you reflect in the end about how, trauma informed perspective can inform us in our understanding of systems and what we can do, as also as individuals, across, this span of individually then macrocosmically. Um, I don't know. There used to be a push to get some help, like this was a collective issue. Like we have enough, I hate to say both sides of the aisle, but all sides of the aisle understanding that, yeah, this is really important. I hope it comes back. I don't know. Uh, I see things developing nationally. And it's been so that national focus has been something that's been a local focus in Oklahoma for a long time. Um, And then you see, things come to a head like a teacher strike with 60,000 people at the Capitol. Had a mental health strike a year previous to that, where people they closed the Capitol because so many people were in the building. Um, I don't know, gang. We live in some strange times, and maybe I apologize for maybe the gloomy perspective on this, but I'm failing to see there are so many distractions. If you get one thing from this course, let's keep our eyes on the ball. Let's keep our eyes on things that matter. And if we keep our empathy for each other, I think regardless of why you're taking this class, as long as you can regain that empathy or retain that empathy throughout all of this noise, at least we'll be okay from our side of the profession, regardless of the resources they give us. So anyway, that's all I've got. Gang, I will say this, for those of you that, provide some self-disclosure about, how these topics and things impact you, that makes this class so much more meaningful. And that's been, my experience over the time teaching this class. When people share their own stories, we hear common themes and common threads of resilience and just, these deeply human experiences that help us. We're getting into the meat and potatoes of our evidence-based practices right now in the class. And so things like TFCBT we're going to be covering in the next few weeks and very specific approaches. And so I'm hopeful that you can take a few things from these next few weeks. Even though you don't maybe get the whole certification from these techniques, you at least get an understanding. And if you want to go and pursue these later on in your career or, currently, you'll know what you're getting into. So that's my goal. And anyway, I hope this finds you well. I hope that everybody's over. It seemed like people, including me, were battling illness for quite a while. I hope that the weather is, going to leave us alone for a bit and give us an equal dose of decent rain and decent temperatures. So, without severe weather. So, anyway, I hope you're well. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or you see anything that doesn't make sense, in the modules. I'm here to help you. So, take care. I'll hope to see you soon.